turned an ominous red as flames raced across the dry grasslands. Animals scattered in panic, their cries drowned out by the roar of the wildfire. Amid the chaos, a mother zebra struggled to guide her baby through the thick smoke. The little one stumbled often, coughing and frightened, its small legs barely keeping up. The mother nudged her foal forward, refusing to abandon it, even as the fire closed in from every side. Miles away, the wildlife rescue team received an urgent alert: zebras trapped near the center of the fire zone. They knew every second mattered. Driving rugged trucks fitted with water tanks and protective gear, they pushed into the danger zone. Heat waves shimmered, trees cracked, and smoke stung their eyes, but the rescuers pressed on. One of them spotted movement through binoculars, a zebra pair, cornered near a wall of fire. The team quickly devised a plan: create a water barrier, open a narrow escape path, and coax the zebras toward safety before it was too late. As the rescue vehicles sprayed powerful streams of water to hold back the flames, 2 rangers advanced carefully. The mother zebra stood protectively in front of her baby, trembling yet defiant. She stamped the ground, unwilling to trust these humans. The rescuers kept their distance, speaking softly, their voices calm against the chaos. One knelt low, sprinkling water to show they meant no harm. The baby zebra, weak and disoriented, collapsed for a moment. The mother nuzzled it desperately, torn between fear of the humans and the instinct to save her child. With smoke thickening, the rescuers acted fast. Using a lightweight rescue net, they lifted the baby gently and rushed it toward the truck. The mother whinnied in alarm, charging after them, but when she saw her foal safe inside, her panic eased. The team quickly guided her into the enclosure as flames consumed the ground behind them. Within minutes, the truck sped toward safety, carrying both mother and child away from certain death. Hours later, in a green clearing far from the fire, the zebras were released. The baby stumbled out, instantly greeted by the soft nudge of its mother. Together, they stood under the open sky, free once more. The rescuers watched silently, their faces tired but proud. They had not only saved 2 lives, they had preserved the bond of a family against the fury of nature. Great. Let's extend part 2 into a long, detailed, emotional rescue scene of about 1,200 words while keeping the same flow. Here's the expanded version. The firestorm had grown fiercer with every passing minute, hurling sparks and embers across the savannah like arrows. The air was thick, acrid, and unbreathable, forcing the rescue team to move with urgency. Their trucks roared through the smoky terrain, water cannons ready, radios crackling with short, sharp commands. Eyes on the zebra pair. One ranger called out, pointing toward a flicker of movement near the orange glow. Through the smoky veil, they could see the mother zebra standing tall, shielding her trembling foal from the encroaching fire. Her body quivered, yet her gaze was sharp, unyielding. She was ready to face the flames if it meant keeping her baby alive. The rescuers knew they had only moments. The wind was shifting, and with it, the fire's direction. If they hesitated, the inferno would engulf the clearing where the zebras stood. The lead rescuer, a woman named Aisha, raised her hand. "We need a barrier. Spray water in an arc, now." The trucks released torrents of water, soaking the dry grass and dampening the ground. Steam hissed upward as flames met water, creating a brief, fragile shield. The sound of the raging fire dulled slightly, though it was still pressing closer with terrifying speed. 2 rangers advanced carefully, stepping through wet soil to avoid making sudden noises. The zebras noticed instantly. The foal collapsed to its knees, exhausted, while the mother let out a sharp, high-pitched whinny, stomping the earth with her hooves. She had no reason to trust these humans. To her, they were just another danger in a world already burning. Aisha crouched low, making herself appear less threatening. Her voice was steady, calm, like a lullaby carried over the roar of the flames. "Easy, girl, we're here to help. We won't hurt your baby." She moved slowly, lifting her water canister, sprinkling droplets onto the ground to show peace, not force. The zebra's ears flicked back and forth, her eyes darting between the humans and the walls of fire. The foal tried to rise but wobbled, its spindly legs too weak. It let out a small cry that pierced through the noise of crackling wood. The mother pressed her nose against its neck, urging it to stand. Every ounce of her instinct screamed at her to flee, yet her baby could not. Her loyalty anchored her. The rescuers exchanged tense glances. Smoke was growing denser. Their lungs burned with each breath despite the masks. Time was running out. "We need to act now," whispered one of the men, gripping a lightweight rescue net. Aisha gave a sharp nod. "On my mark. 1, 2, now." The rescuers moved quickly, sweeping the net around the foal with practiced precision. The baby startled, thrashing weakly, but the net was soft and secure. The mother reacted instantly, charging with a desperate scream, but two rangers leapt sideways, redirecting her path without harming her. Their movements were swift but careful. They couldn't risk injuring her or breaking her spirit. The foal, now safely cradled in the net, was rushed toward the truck. Its tiny body shivered as the rescuers placed it gently onto the padded floor inside the enclosure. The mother bolted after them, eyes blazing, hooves pounding against the ground like thunder. She whinnied furiously, the sound raw with panic. Aisha turned, arms outstretched. "It's okay. Your baby is safe. Come, come." Her voice cut through the chaos. For one agonizing second, the zebra froze, torn between fear and instinct. The fire cracked loudly behind her, flames licking closer, and then, she made her choice. With a leap, she galloped toward the truck, circling it frantically until she saw her foal inside. The rescue team lowered the ramp carefully. Hesitant but desperate, the mother charged up and entered the enclosure. The moment she reached her baby, she pressed her muzzle against its side, breathing rapidly, as if counting its heartbeats. Relief rippled through her body, her once trembling legs now steady again. Close it now," shouted one ranger. The doors of the truck clanged shut just as another tree collapsed nearby, consumed by fire. Embers scattered in the air like shooting stars. The rescuers jumped onto the vehicle as it accelerated away from the inferno. Inside the truck, the zebras huddled together. The baby's eyes fluttered closed, exhausted, while the mother stood guard, ears twitching, nostrils flaring at every jolt of the ride. The rescuers peeked through a small gap, watching the tender scene unfold. For them, it was a reminder of why they risked their lives, not just to save animals, but to protect the bonds that defined their survival. The drive to safety was long and grueling. The road was uneven, choked with fallen branches and ash. At one point, flames surged dangerously close, forcing the truck to swerve. The rescuers could feel the heat seeping through the metal walls, but they pushed forward, guided by headlights cutting through the smoky dark. After nearly an hour, the vehicle finally emerged into a stretch of untouched savanna, far beyond the fire's reach. The air was cooler here, clearer, though the faint glow of the wildfire still lit the horizon behind them. The truck slowed to a halt near a grassy clearing surrounded by acacia trees. The rescuers carefully lowered the ramp. The mother zebra stepped out first, cautious, scanning the unfamiliar space. The foal followed, shaky but eager, clinging close to her side. For a moment, they just stood still, breathing in the fresh air, as if unsure whether this new freedom was real. Then, in a sudden burst of life, the foal stumbled forward, trying to run. Its little legs tripped, sending it tumbling, but the mother immediately nudged it back to its feet. She trotted alongside, encouraging it, guiding it like she always had. Within minutes, the foal was bounding clumsily across the grass, the trauma of the fire fading with each joyful step. The rescuers watched silently, a deep sense of satisfaction swelling in their chests. No cheers, no applause, just quiet awe. They knew the journey for the zebras wasn't over. The wild could still be harsh, dangers still lurking. But today, they had given them a chance to live, to grow, to keep running across the savanna as nature intended. Aisha removed her soot-streaked mask and whispered, almost to herself, "We didn't just save two zebras. We saved a family." Her words lingered in the air as the rescue team packed their gear, ready to face whatever came next. Behind them, the mother and her baby stood side by side, silhouetted against the dawn that was slowly breaking. The nightmare of fire was behind them, but the bond between them, tested in flames and fear, shone stronger than ever. And as the first light of day touched the clearing, the zebras moved together into the tall grasses, vanishing into the safety of the wild, free once again.